Yo, Big Kish back up in here. This is a very, very interesting question. The Ville says, will Drake be implemented in the Diddy case? Will they add him into it? Because he's a fan as well. These guys are fans and they about to be brought down, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Will he be included inside of the Diddy paperwork? And if this might be somebody, you know what I'm saying? It might be some, look, what goes around comes around. You done put all these content creators in your paperwork. Now, what if you get implemented in the Diddy paperwork? That'd be crazy. But before we continue, y'all, I just wrote a book, Street Dad, Geek Dad, and published it. Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset. The link to purchase is in the description. I would ask you, please go support and cop that. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. But we about to get into this video. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
What's going on, y'all? Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to donate to the channel, the Cash App to the top right corner of the video. But let's get into it, man. Because
look, when the Ville get to talking fast, hey, look, you know what time it is. You know what time he's trying to get that info out there. With it, you know what I'm saying?
I want to talk about this Diddy trial and the question that somebody had asked me. Now, Diddy's trial had officially started on May 5th. And when I was on live recently, somebody had asked me, who do you think will be in the trial? Who do you think will be named? And one question was, do you think that Drake will be named in this trial? Ooh. And one case that I want to talk about, because I know that there's a lot of people accusing Diddy of horrendous crimes, horrendous acts. But the one person that had went after Diddy in regards to all of this, in regards to these crimes, was Lil Rod. Lil Rod was somebody who had put RICO charges on Diddy and also all the other heinous crimes of SA and all these other things, right? All these horrible things that he accused P. Diddy of as well. And the reason why I want to talk about Lil Rod's situation is because it tells a lot more than what he's already talked about in his experience with Diddy. Now, it says here, Sean Diddy Combs is currently behind bars where he will stay through his trial, which begins on May 5th. A federal judge dismissed the Racketeer Influence Corruption Act, which is also known as the RICO portion, and 4 other causes of action brought in the legal filing for Rodney Lil Rod Jones, the producer whose accusations preceded a flood of legal complaints against the rap mogul and his company. Now, in this article right here, it's saying that those RICO charges that Lil Rod had put on P. Diddy, those got dismissed by the judge. That was a small victory that wasn't going to last too long, because after P. Diddy was able to get those charges to be dismissed, after that dismissal, it was followed by more serious accusations that the judge still decided to keep. It says here, however, this courthouse win shouldn't be celebrated by the Combs team for too long. It says here that the judge ruled that Lil Rod's claims of
Diddy got too much accusations on. He got too much stuff on him. He got the Kim situation. He got the he got the Meek Mill allegation with the video. I mean, the audio had came out. Some people think that was Meek Mill. Yeah, some people think that was Meek Mill. You got Lil Rod, and they up there celebrating off there. What about the other situations?
SA, and as well as S against the mogul P. Diddy.
The Ville got a new one. What was that? He said, what was that? He got a new joint.
Rod's claims of SA, and as well as S against the mogul P. Diddy and Courtroom could proceed. The judge reasoned that Jones' lawsuit met the necessary requirements to establish a claim that Diddy broke the state X laws. The judge asserted that Lil Rod's description of Combs allegedly SAing him and forcing him to solicit X workers and perform X acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs were enough to proceed. On numerous occasions, Combs allegedly recruited or enticed Jones to solicit and perform X acts with commercial X workers, as well as transported Jones across state and international borders in order to do so. The judge wrote in his 31-page opinion, Combs allegedly secured Jones' compliance with his request both by promising economic benefits and never materialized, and by threatening Jones with physical restraint and harm. In a statement to Rolling Stone, Lil Rod's lawyer, Tyrell Blackburn, celebrated the judge's decision, declaring a win is a win. The case is still alive. Diddy and Courtroom better prepare for the deposition. Sean Combs has consistently fought back against Lil Rod's claims, issuing numerous statements denying any wrongdoing. However, that did.
Y'all know what I see, and this might be off topic a little bit. I see that the new rap industry, the new artist is in the courtroom. It's like, yo, it's the courtroom. It's the whole theatrics of being in court, the trial. That's the new record, That's the new record. That's the new CDs being dropped. Whoever could be in court and win a trial. It's like they made the hip hop industry into a trial, like a court case. Like whoever could be in the news for being in court. That's the whole new thing. This is weird. This is weird.
Didn't prevent the judge from going through with the SA and ST allegations, but at the same time dismissing the RICO. Either way, these are serious crimes that Diddy is still facing, and this crime involves a lot of other celebrities. The situation that Lil Rod brings up involves more than just Diddy. It involves rappers and actors and others alike. Because another celebrity that was involved in this situation was the actor Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Right here, this is a photo of Cuba with Lil Rod on the yacht that belongs to P. Diddy. But it's the story that comes from Cuba Gooding Jr. that gives us more insight on who was there and how this situation had taken place. The paragraph where this photo was from says that Lil Rod claims that Diddy introduced him to Cuba Gooding Jr. on Diddy's yacht, and Cuba allegedly began violating Lil Rod. Lil Rod was accusing Cuba Gooding Jr. of doing this, right? But this takes place on Diddy's boat. Look at Cuba Gooding Jr. and look at who he was hanging out with.
Oh! This ain't your average smile right here. Look at that smile, boy. That ain't no regular smile. That ain't no regular smile. You don't just go around smiling like that. Oh, no. I might make this my thumbnail. You don't just walk around smiling like that, bruh. Nah. That's one heck of a smile right there, boy. No, sir. It's some Vaseline. He got some Vaseline on his body. He got Vaseline on his body. No, sir. Nah.
He was hanging out with Drake in St. Bart's. The thing about this, though, is that verbatim, Cuba Gooding Jr. has talked about this party. But he talked about this party that he was with Drake to reference the issue with Lil Rod. Because the St. Bart's party that happened in New Year's was the party where Cuba Gooding and Lil Rod had this altercation. It just so happened to be an incident that took place at a party that was being thrown by Diddy and Drake. A yacht party, a New Year's Eve yacht party.
And you got Terrence Howard came out too. He came out and said, yeah, man. Diddy wanted to smash. Man, that's crazy, bro. Everybody ain't just saying you a fan for nothing.
At St. Bart's. It says here that Cuba Gooding Jr. explained the origins of a photo of him with his arm around Jones that was included in the February lawsuit, as he said it was intended to make him look sordid. Gooding said that he wound up in a close proximity to Jones as he was partying with other celebrities on a series of yachts on New Year's in St. Bart's. A series of yachts, more than one. And verbatim, this is what Cuba Gooding Jr. said. I went from one ship, Happy New Year, Gooding said. So I hung out with Tyson. Next ship, there's Drake. This ship had P. Diddy. He had his guy, his videographer. They're listening to music. He says, hey, Cuba, you want to hear P. Diddy's new song? I said, yeah, sure, and sat down next to him. So right before Cuba Gooding Jr. sits down with Lil Rod, the man that's accusing him of doing these things, and Diddy as well, he was just on a boat with Drake and Mike Tyson, bro. Cuba Gooding Jr. unintentionally exposed Drake being there at this party, as well as others online sharing photos of them being together.
Greg, what did you call Claudine De Niro just now? What did you call her?
I said she was my real estate agent.
She's a real estate agent? Just bigger
She was looking into some things.
Yeah. And what's she looking into right now?
Now, this clip right here is Drake and Cuba Gooding Jr. hanging out at that party where Cuba Gooding Jr. is telling Drake to shout out his wife, that's his real estate agent, and all of this, right? Just another clip showing you that Cuba Gooding Jr. was there with Drake at this New Year's party.
And Drake be at these parties. This is why they tell you to put your phone up. This is why they they confiscate your phone from you, because it's certain people that's there that don't want to be exposed for being there. They tell you, nah, give me your phone, give me your phone, give me your phone. This is wow.
Where him and P. Diddy were accused of doing all these heinous things on a yacht, and following right behind them is Drake on a yacht, on his own yacht.
Picture that says that I had my shoulder on him and all this stuff, making it look sordid. Well, that picture everyone in the room, there's probably 300 of us on the deck of P. Diddy's, I'm going to show you, on P. Diddy's boat, New Year's Eve. I went from one ship, Happy New Year. So I hung out with Tyson, and next ship, there's Drake. This ship had P. Diddy. He had
Drake was there.
It says here, Drake, Little Baby, Diddy, Meek Mill, Quavo, French Montana, and Fabulous all spent New Year's at St. Bart's together. Looks like
And French Montana. And French Montana. Now we already seen that. Happy birthday to you. We seen that. Now they got French Montana trying to look like Drake, right? And we already heard the Drake 10 Commandments, the bro commandments or whatever. Man, there's something going on, y'all. Something going on. Something going on.
It's like French Montana and Drake, the Splash Brothers, decided to go meet up with some teens over there in the yacht with P. Diddy, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Lil Rod, bro. A very strange thing to see, a very strange thing to notice. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, man. I think because of the scenario right here, I think because of Cuba Gooding Jr. being a part of this and the story that he has mentioned publicly, because this is Cuba Gooding Jr. just telling you who was there. And these are posts around the time of New Year confirming that these individuals were there. So if you ask me, bro, personally, I do believe that Drake is going to be named in the Diddy lawsuit, specifically with the Lil Rod case. Now, as far as the Tony Busby and the 120 victims and all that other stuff, I don't know about that. I don't think Drake will be mentioned with that. The only case that I feel like Drake will be mentioned in this P. Diddy trial is with the Lil Rod case. If there's any other freak off that took place, if there's a list of partygoers that they decide to go over. But as far as right now, to confirm, I could confidently say if Drake were to be mentioned in some type of way, it could be this St. Bart's yacht party that they did back in 2023. Will they call Drake to go on trial? Will they subpoena anybody that went to the yacht party? I'm not sure. They might get Cuba Gooding Jr. But for sure, if this case continues to go and Lil Rod and his lawyers continue to fight this, they're going to bring up the people that were there. They're going to bring up this party in its entirety. And they're going to talk about the unfortunate time that Lil Rod allegedly had, as well as the artists and celebrities that were there that could have also allegedly been partaking in these acts of crimes. Now, we're going to keep it alleged. But somebody had asked me on live, do you think that Drake will be in the Diddy trial? I could positively say that this would be one way that he would be brought up in the trial. Now, this yacht party is very questionable overseas being.
Now, this is all alleged. He just saying that this is a way that he can be implemented into the Diddy trial. Dang. But because the Lil Rod situation, when he was accusing Diddy of everything, it just got dismissed. Everybody, oh, yeah, we got to win. They said, no, don't celebrate too early. You got these other 130-something ninjas accusing you of some stuff, too. So you one down, 130-something more to go. 140, 50-something more to go, ninja.
In the water, international waters, the laws get kind of murky when you're not on land. So it gets kind of tricky. But y'all tell me how you feel, man. Do you think that they'll drag Drake into this case? Do you think that Diddy did it? Do you think Diddy do it? I don't know. You tell me, man. Lil Rod.
Diddy done it? Did he do it?
Apparently got the RICO situation dismissed, but nonetheless, he's still swinging, and he's going to try to take it all the way to trial in regards.
Pause. He said he's still swinging. Pause. But yeah, it's something up with, I know, French Montana and Drake. Something going on. They trying to make French Montana into a Drake, or like they be having the same hairstyle and all that. Then you got Meek Mill dressing up like Diddy. They be wearing the same pajamas and all that. Sharing each other drawers and socks. It's like, no, I'm joking. But they was dressed up like twins. Y'all remember that picture? Meek Mill and Diddy dressed up like twins. I'm like, nah. I see why Mace got away from Diddy. Now I see why. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Shout out to the Ville for cooking up another one, man. For real. I'm going to leave a link in the description. The link for the book is in the description as well. We need this in our communities, y'all. This is not only for dads. Look, the subtitle is Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset. So you got some self-help in here too. You know what I'm saying? To get your life right. Y'all know. Look, look. I put it all up in there. The link is in the description. Y'all please support. If you can't support monetarily, you can leave a like and subscribe. You know, it helps me out a ton. You understand? Big Cash signing out. I'm going, y'all.